Hey, what's up everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so the chaos before the draft is ensuing. I'm actually eating and then I saw something crazy and I just had to make a video. First of all, $212 million for OG Anunoby to the New York Knicks. 5-year deal. That's like 43 a year or some type of math like that. Y'all know how I feel about OG Anunoby. I just don't think he can stay healthy. When he's healthy, he's a great two-way role player, but to invest that much in your role player after giving away so many picks, I just think the Knicks they're making a mistake now. Like, I get it, you want him to play your shooting guard position, but he can't stay healthy. You have a coach that runs his players into the ground, and you're prioritizing giving $212 million of your cap to a player that can't stay healthy. So I just think the Knicks are start heading the wrong way. That's what that was. That was being a little too ambitious about what they have, believing that what they have is enough because you added Mikal Bridges to it. It would be if you utilized $212 million a lot better than you just did. So no. That's a bad decision. OG Anunoby cannot stay healthy, you guys. And they just invested not only a bunch of money into him, but a lot of years, which means that's going to likely be a very difficult contract to move when it's time to move it. It's a terrible contract. Absolutely terrible. Good fit, I guess. But I tell you, man, when you bring in Bridges, you don't necessarily need OG. So that's just a bad decision. And I'm writing it off, even though a lot of Knicks fans are super excited. I know better. That dude can't stay healthy. So, now there's a trade, and we see some movement that's going on in the draft right now. The Wizards have gotten 14th overall pick. They went and got that from the Portland Trail Blazers. Denny Advija is heading to Portland, and the Blazers are sending Malcolm Brogdon, the 14th overall pick, and the 2029 first-round pick to the Wizards. I like Denny Advija. He's on a great contract, but that is not what I think he is worth. 2 first-rounders and Malcolm Brogdon, who's very injury-prone. Maybe you're happy that if you're Portland because you moved on from Brogdon, it creates more of an opportunity for you to take a guard if you want to take a guard at 7, because you still are obviously involved in this draft. And for the Wizards, I love this because the Wizards are able to get into this draft, get another pick that adds to what they have going on in 2029. Who knows how the Portland Trail Blazers is going to look in 2029. You get that pick. Denny Advija, like I said, I like Denny Advija. I'm kind of surprised they moved on from him. I think he fit their timeline. But when you get a chance to get into this draft even further, now you have two picks in the first round, both 2 and 14. It creates more of an opportunity to bring players that help you sooner start the process of their development. Because as you continue to kick the can down the road, tanking and getting picks, the sooner you get these players in place that can start their development process, the sooner you'll likely be a credible basketball team. So I like what the Wizards did. And essentially, even though you move on from somewhat of a win later piece and a cost-effective piece, I think Denny Advija for this price is definitely worth it. And you get your point guard. One of the things I said about the Wizards is I didn't want them to necessarily take Risachet with the second overall pick because they didn't have a point guard that can get him involved. He can't create for himself. Brogdon can essentially help you with that. And you could possibly draft another guard at 14 if you want to. Or you could take a center or anything you want to do. Maybe you take a power forward since you moved on from Denny. I'd imagine they're going to move on from Kuzma's contract at some point as well. But I like this overall for the Washington Wizards. And I really like Denny to Portland. I don't like I said, he can still be a part of a rebuilding situation. I don't think the idea is to move on from him because he must win. Because if it were, you certainly don't move him to Portland. And Portland moves on from the Brogdon contract, opening up an opportunity for them to take a guard, as I already said, with the 7th pick. So I think overall, maybe you overpaid for Denny Advija if you're the Portland Trail Blazers, but it's addition by subtraction when you consider the fact that they overloaded a guard. And moving on from Brogdon is probably in their best interest. I think now they may be a little heavy on the power forward position, but if they're still shaking things around to move Grant out, then maybe Denny can slip in where Grant is moving out. So I don't think this is a complete trade, but I can definitely see what both teams are doing. I can see what they're both doing. Now it's not completely egregious for Portland to take a guard at 7 because Brogdon's out. Still have Simon, still have Scoot, but there's room to take a guy. So I think that might be what the Wizards are trying to do, maybe just to open up the guard spot so that Simon's contract makes more sense since you're paying him $100 million, or to take that third guard to replace Brogdon, who's not really healthy a good portion of the time and really doesn't fit the timeline for you. Does Brogdon fit the timeline for the Wiz? No, but he fits a need because they really do need that point guard. So that's kind of what I see there, man. I don't love the price tag on Denny Avdija, but like I said, his contract is especially good for the production that you expect for him to give you. Especially good. So maybe that's part of the price tag there. So very excited about movement in this draft, man. Now I got to see who I had Portland taking at 14 on my mock. I had them taking Tejan Salon. Maybe the Wizards take Tejan Salon. I don't know why things would have to change necessarily there. Like I said, they have 2 picks, so maybe they have an idea of who they want to pair the second overall pick with. Maybe they make another move and do something else. Who knows? But for a rebuilding team who needs to start the process of getting players in that can start their development, the Wizards did a very, very good thing for themselves today, I think. Very good thing. And Brogdon, if he can get healthy, can probably be a nice trade piece to move on from here. So it's all good. It's all good there. Price tag on Denny's a little expensive, but I think I get it. From a player, a team development standpoint, I think everybody's logical for the most part. I probably, if I'm the Portland Trail Blazers, probably leaving the 2029 first overall pick out of this though. You, in my opinion, should be able to maybe make this move with Brogdon at 14, but maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. Value looks a little lopsided going the Wizards' way to me. But I like Denny. I like Denny a lot. I think Denny's a really good player, man. So Portland's getting them a nice forward that's going to be cost effective, and they can move on from that albatross of a Grant contract. Should be fine. Should be very fine there. So I'm curious to see what else these 2 teams are going to do. There are going to be more things done here tonight. I imagine more teams are going to be moving around in this draft. This is just the beginning. There's probably some trades taking place right now. So that's pretty much what I got to say, man. BDF44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.